Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chris. Welcome to my 100 subscriber special Q&A video. Before we get started, I want to say you guys are fucking nuts because I just wrapped up my first month of YouTube last week when I hit my 100 subscribers, and I asked you guys to submit your questions, and I gave it the week just to give everybody a chance to submit their questions, like over the course of a few days. And now 6 days later, you guys are crazy. We're about to hit 200 subscribers already. So I feel like I'm super late on making this video, even though it's been literally a week. But yeah, the channel's growing really fast. So first off, I want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This is the best like Christmas gift you guys could have given me. And yeah, speaking of Christmas, I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. I'm actually recording this on the 24th right now. It's Christmas Eve. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but you know, holiday schedules get really hectic for everybody, so I wasn't able to do it, but we're doing it today. Yeah, I guess let's just hop right on into the questions. I'm gonna go ahead and do this in the order that you guys actually submitted them. So we'll go with the very first post. I really like how you guys didn't just ask one question, because you know I only had a few of you guys ask me, but it's cool because you guys have multiple questions, so awesome. Anyway, let's get right on into it. All right, so first set of questions we have from Ahmad Mistra 5595. What made you start your YouTube channel? I have always wanted to start a gaming channel of some sort over the years. I've watched a lot of YouTube over the years, and it just seemed like a fun thing to do, you know, but I knew that it wasn't something I necessarily wanted to chase for like fame or anything, especially considering like the FPS or like gaming genre in general is really saturated. So that kind of like stopped me in a way, because I was like, you know, what's the point of doing it if I'm not really going to be able to do much with it? But that mentality changed over the years, and at some point like 2 months ago, I think, yeah, around like October, I was just kind of thinking to myself like, man, I really want to have like another creative outlet. And I still kept coming back to this YouTube gaming channel idea, and eventually I was just kind of like, dude, fuck it, why not? Like, this is one of my passions, like gaming, especially in this genre, like tactical FPS games, or like realistic shooters. Like, this is one of my passions, and I'm just naturally a creative person. Like, why not just make stuff like for fun? You know, it doesn't have to be something I set out to be like known for or build a career on or anything. Like, I have other stuff going on in life. Why not just do it for fun? Just have another creative outlet. So yeah, that's what made me start it. I just wanted to share one of my many passions in life with people who share that same passion, and you know, have fun doing it and just have another creative outlet. Next question, how old are you? I am currently 27, and my birthday is actually on the 30th of December. So in just a few days, I'm gonna be 28. Yeah, fun fact on that, when I was a kid growing up, I used to, I guess I was kind of spoiled, because I would get Christmas presents and birthday presents, and then I think by the time I was like, I don't know, getting close to teenage years, so probably like 11, 12, somewhere there, my parents would be like, hey, what do you want for like Christmas or your birthday? And I would like say whatever I wanted, and they're like, oh, well, you gotta pick one now, you can't have both. And that like ruined my life, bro. I was a spoiled little brat when I was a kid. But yeah, turning 28 in a few days. What will be your main focus? Which games? So like I've mentioned, this channel is pretty much going to focus on all the tactical realism games. So probably won't be doing stuff like Call of Duty, even though I play Call of Duty on the side. But most of the games I'm going to be covering are stuff you've already seen on this channel, and maybe some few others, but most notably Insurgency Sandstorm, Ready or Not, Ground Branch, Squad. I definitely want to do some Arma stuff in the future. I'm a big Arma fan. I think Arma is actually my most played game on my Steam library. So yeah, definitely want to organize stuff with that in the future. Um, but yeah, pretty much anything you can think of that's in the realistic tactical FPS space, probably gonna end up on this channel. Are you gonna do live streams? Yeah, I definitely want to in the future. I actually did try live streaming a few years ago. It wasn't anything serious. It was mostly like just so I could stream to my friends. That's pretty much it. Like I wasn't really trying to grow an audience or anything. But I streamed on Twitch for a little bit, and it was a fun time. I made a good amount of friends, and it was fun. So I definitely want to get into that again in the future, but this time actually do it with like an audience or a community. I think that's the most fun part about streaming. So definitely look out for that in the future. Call of Duty or Battlefield? I guess this depends on like what era we're talking about, because there have definitely been times where loved Call of Duty, hated Battlefield, and then the opposite, not really liking Battlefield and having a good time with Call of Duty. I don't know, man. I feel like Call of Duty and Battlefield, at least in my experience, they've always been kind of like switching on and off. Like one would be good for a good few years and then turn to shit, and then the other franchise would be really good for a few years and then turn to shit and just go back and forth. Yeah, it really depends on the season. So if you were, I guess, to ask me like throughout the last few years, I'd say like my favorite Call of Duties have been Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. Didn't really like Modern Warfare 3, to be honest. Black Ops 1 was sick, and I basically didn't play another Call of Duty after Black Ops 1 until Modern Warfare 2019. And then I skipped, like, I think it's Vanguard and Cold War. And then I got back into Call of Duty again with the new Modern Warfare 2. In terms of Battlefield, I played 1942 a lot as a kid. I never owned it, but I used to play it at like my cousin's house. That was a lot of fun. That's what introduced me to the franchise. Battlefield 2 was a ton of fun, especially with like mods and stuff. Fun fact, my very first like realistic shooter and what got me into this whole genre was actually Project Reality, which was a mod for Battlefield 2 that was essentially like original squad, but like kind of more detailed in a way. But yeah, that's how I got into this whole thing, and also like the Rainbow Six Ghost Recon games after. But besides the point, Battlefield 3 was one of my absolute favorites. Battlefield 4 is also up there. I still play Battlefield 4 every once in a while. After that, I haven't really touched Battlefield, to be honest with you. I barely played Battlefield 1 for the first time like 6 months ago or something. Like I completely missed the hype train. Mostly probably because I'm more into like modern setting kind of games, but it's fun. It's a good time, and I feel like I definitely missed that wave of when it was like huge, but it's cool. People are still playing it, so yeah. Next question is from Gray Mr. Freeze. What future content you gonna be doing? So I'm pretty open to the idea of just having like a bunch of variety on the channel, as long as, you know, it's within this whole tactical realism space. One of the main things I wanted to showcase on this channel is how you can play these games like super realistically and tactically and very like cohesive with a good group of friends and stuff. So I do have some projects that I'm working on that show that. If you watch my latest Ready or Not, when I say latest, I mean like, I guess the first Ready or Not video I posted, which was like last week. I love doing stuff like that where like a team is very coordinated, very cohesive, very teamwork oriented. So definitely gameplay like that on different sorts of games. I also like, I started this channel with the Insurgency like tutorial stuff, which I found I actually really like doing. So I definitely want to do more like that for all the games, especially Insurgency. Insurgency is one of my favorites. And I mean, the reason why I even did that in the first place was because we had that new wave of players coming in for Insurgency. And I just noticed like a lot of people just playing it like bad and I wanted to help. And since I was starting a YouTube channel, I was like, oh, might as well, you know. So yeah, because of that, and I'm pretty sure, like, looking at analytics, most of my subscribers are from Insurgency and are newer players looking for more tips and guides and stuff. I definitely have ideas that I'm gonna do for that. I have a whole like mini series kind of planned out for like how to play the different roles, like different maps, blah blah blah. So yeah, that kind of future content, tutorials, guides for any of these like realistic games, and also just like raw gameplay in general. I will probably make some like funny videos as well, since I started the channel going pretty hard with the memes, even though I wasn't necessarily trying to go hard with the memes, but it happened anyway. And it was a fun time. So plus, you know, these games are fun and they're serious, but at the end of the day, it's a video game and we're here to have fun with like our friends and community. So I think like funny videos would be a good time too. So yeah, that's the general plan. Nothing necessarily too specific, and we'll just see where it goes. Next set of questions comes from Bloodborne Enjoyer 8714. Is Mr. Cordray tactical? Don't skip this one. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and I have spent like the last week. I've even messaged one of my friends and like was googling and everything, like trying to figure out what this meant. And I can't find any information on who Mr. Cordray is or if he's tactical or not. So I'm gonna say yes, because I literally can't find anything on him. So he's probably the most tactically stealthy individual I've ever heard about. Also, Bloodborne, please explain this one to me, please. Next question, how active will you be on this channel? Will you continue at the rate you've been doing or slow down / speed up? I originally was starting with one video a week, and then I think like a week and a half ago or so, I just had like a bunch of recorded stuff that I had laying around and I didn't really have anything to do. So I just kind of went ham and put out like 3 videos in a week, I think. And I had a good time. I think for me, I'm just going to be like balancing it, you know, with life in general. However, I will always at least post once a week at the absolute minimum. If I can, I would love to do more during the weeks that I can. But you can pretty much be, you know, rest assured that there will always be at least one a week. What's your favorite game if you don't have a favorite, name multiple? Pretty much all the games that are on this channel currently, and all the ones that I talked about doing in the future. This whole genre in general is my favorite genre, so pretty much anything that falls under it I'm usually pretty happy with. Outside of this genre though, I got really into the Spider-Man games that came out, that used to be PlayStation exclusive, but they came out on PC now. I went through them pretty fast. I got super into them. I'm also a sim racing nerd. Like, I have a whole racing simulator in my room, and I actually run a racing league, but you know, that has nothing to do with this channel. So you're never going to see that on this channel unless for whatever reason there ever comes like a sim racing game with guns and we end up having to clear a racetrack. Yeah. Why did you decide to start the channel? Like I mentioned in the very beginning, it was just another creative outlet I wanted to have. Love creating stuff, love being I've said the word creative way too many fucking times in the last like 10 seconds, but yeah. it was just another place for me to like share my passion and make something, and also just like build a community of people that share this passion for these kind of games, and just like gaming in general. So yeah. How many Q&A posts will you make? I definitely want to do these like every few milestones or so. So like the first one was 100. We're about to pass 200 pretty quick, so I think like maybe the next one 500, and then the next 1,000, and then 1,500, and you know, however many more. I love, I mean, this is my first Q&A, but I've always loved doing these sort of like community kind of stuff. So yeah, as many as we can do. And his last question is, are you happy how fast your channel has grown? Also, congrats. Thank you. I am really happy with how fast this channel is growing. It was very unexpected. Like, like I mentioned in the beginning, it's a saturated space, like gaming in general. But I think this niche, this whole like tactical realism niche, isn't too saturated, and it also just made sense because this is like my favorite genre of gaming. So, yeah, I am very happy with how fast it has grown. It has definitely been a huge surprise. I didn't think that like I'd even get like 50 people that cared about this, you know, but getting 100 subs in the first 4 weeks of the channel existing, and then literally 1 week later getting almost another 100 subs, like the growth has been insane, and I'm really thankful for you guys that have decided to stick around and be part of this community. It's very humbling. It's not expected, and I'm just thankful. Yeah, I hope that wasn't too cheesy, or you know, who cares? It's cheesy, I don't care. But yeah, very happy with how fast the channel is growing, and can't wait to see where it goes in the future. All right, and the last question for this Q&A comes from Cornsub5187. Will you ever do a Popeye's chicken sandwich mukbang in the future? Probably not, no. Tell you what, actually, if we hit 10,000 subscribers, then I will do one. I'm probably gonna regret saying this, and dear God, I hope when we get there, no one actually remembers that I said this. But yeah, maybe at 10,000 we'll do it. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of our first Q&A for our 100 subscriber special. Yeah, really wanted to thank you guys for participating. This was a lot of fun. It's pretty cool, I think, to start building this community like we are, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Thank you guys for subscribing, for being part of the channel, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy all the stuff that I end up putting on this channel with whatever that ends up being. I also want to let you guys know that I am working on opening my Discord that is actually just like really small. It's just me and my like personal friends who I've been recording videos with, but I do want to open that up to you guys and actually build that Discord community. It's not quite ready yet. You know, this week has been crazy hectic, but definitely by my next upload next week, that Discord server will pretty much be ready, and I'll drop you guys the link there, and then we can all just hang out and chill there and have a good time. So yeah, until next time, if you guys liked this video, please don't forget to give it a like. If you are not subscribed and you've made it this far into a Q&A from my subscribers, that's really interesting. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you right before New Year's. Bye.